Hi, wonderful people. You're welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to tell you about how to artificially breed from eggs to baby fish, especially for catfish. You know, I'm a catfish farmer. So, I'll be talking about how to artificially breed catfish, be it on your farm or at home. And I've already made a series of videos on this topic, but for the sake of those people that do not get the in-depth explanation, this video is more or less like explanatory video that is going to be showing you what to do and where to do it. The first thing you need to take note of or to consider is your broodstock. And even before the broodstock of a thing, you need to verify the pH of your water. You know, pH by definition is the degree of alkalinity or acidity of your water. So you need to know the pH of your water, and the pH scale ranges from 0 to 14, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's my secondary school days science, but nonetheless, it's still the same thing and is applicable. So, and for catfish, the recommended pH for raising or rearing catfish is actually between the pH of 6.7 up to 7.5. However, I am actually recording this video in a part of Africa, in Nigeria to be precise, where we still have some other things playing apart from just ordinary pH as what we consider. So in Nigeria, as a case study now, you can still work with any pH from 6.5 up to 9.0 as the pH value of your water. As you can observe in one of my videos, I told you my water pH is 8.3, which is even beyond the recommendation, but my fishes are still doing well. So that shows you that here in Nigeria, I think other things are still affecting our breeding. So that considered, the next thing you have to consider, which is number 2, is your broodstock. If you want to buy broodstock, especially if you are not raising them yourself, you need to consider some things. And part of what you need to consider is make sure whoever wants to sell broodstock to you has a hatchery farm. Yeah, make sure they do. But peradventure they do not, you can ask from the other people that have already made use of their broodstock to know the percentage of success rate. I hope you understand. That's the essence of making sure whoever you're going to buy the broodstock from has their own hatchery. Because some people, they just want to make money out of selling the broodstock to you. However, they just be selling rubbish, something that is not productive to you at your own cost. So it's always advisable whoever wants to sell broodstock to you must have an hatchery. But if they do not have, it's not a crime, which means you have to seek for reviews from other people that have already used their broodstock. I hope that is being said. Then I think I've already made videos on how or on what to consider or what to look out for, how to identify a mature male. You can click somewhere up above here, you will be able to see it. And also I've made video on what to consider or how to identify a very good, or let me say mature male fish, especially if you're the type that breeds hybrid. that is the combination of Heterobronchus and Clarias fish. I've already made a video on how to identify a mature male fish, so you may check it out as well. It's somewhere up. I don't know. So that being said, once you're able to get the two, the next thing you have to do is prepare it for production. And how do you do that? You have to get an hormone that is already prepared. You're not going to prepare it yourself. So you have to get, part of the hormone we are going to be getting is either ovulane or ovaprene. Ovulane or ovaprene. Ovulane or ovaprene. The two are good. You can use the two and come up with a review on that and tell us which one you prefer best. But as for me, I use ovulane. So once you do that, once you've gotten it, the next thing you have to do is check the weight of your female catfish. You have to weigh it on the weighing scale, get the exact weight of your catfish. And once you do that, the next thing you have to do is let's assume your female catfish weighs 2 kg. So you are going to how do I say it? You are going to take 1 meal, just 1 meal. That's like ratio 1 to 2. I hope you understand. So if your fish weighs 2 kg, you are going to take 1 meal of the hormone I'm talking about, which is ovulane. So you make use of syringe. I've already made a video on how to do that, so you can check somewhere here to see it, how to inject female catfish. I've already made a video on that, so that you watch it and see how we did it. So that being said, once you're able to do that, you've already drawn out 1 ml of the ovulane into the syringe. The next thing you have to do is top it up a bit with saline water. And the essence of this saline water, just like I said in that video, is that it's going to prevent infection, as well as it will also reduce the harshness of that ovulane on the fish. I hope you understand now. So it's very important if you want to get a very wonderful production, especially in this artificial breeding of catfish. So you have to do that, and once you are done with that, you inject your fish. In that video, so you will see where to inject around the neck region of your catfish. So once you do that, leave the fish for between 9 to 15 hours, nothing beyond that. And also it depends on the temperature of your area, but the standard is 10 hours, 9 to 10 hours. So anything beyond that, you will observe that your eggs will be wasted, because the eggs, the fish, when they are tensed, they tend to move around, and by the time they are moving, the eggs will be coming out. The essence of that ovulane is just to create something we call like a forced labor. You want to put your fish into forced labor, so in order for the eggs to be able to come out freely, we call it spawning or something. Yeah, spawning. So once you are done with that, at the 8th hour, or at the, let's say, between 9 to 10 hours, when you are ready for your production, that might be the same day or the next day, the next thing you have to do is make sure you get your male catfish ready. Get it ready and dissect it. Find out if the male has the sperm sac, we call it melt. Yes, if it has that melt. So if it doesn't, that shows you are not ready to strip the eggs, because by the time you strip the egg and the mate, the sperm sac is not available, you end up losing the eggs. I hope you understand. So everything you have to do is between the span of like 2 minutes. So that is always advisable. You get your melt ready, that's sperm sac, get it ready before doing the stripping. I hope you understand. So the next thing you have to do, once you are certified that the melt is available, the next thing you have to do is get a saline water in a small bowl, then pour that meat you've already removed, put it inside. Then you can now how do I call it, stripe the eggs. You can spawn the fish gently. In that video you will see how we did it. So get the eggs gently. Make sure you do not put the fish into unnecessary tension or pressure as well, because the hormone you injected them with has already put them into grave danger, but you still need to caution yourself not to put them beyond their limit, otherwise they are going to die. Because the female fish, you can still use them maybe like 3 months after this previous production. I hope you understand. So it's always advisable you handle them carefully. Okay, after that, the next thing you have to do is cut open the melt, squeeze it. You're going to see whitish or grayish color like this. That's the sperm. It contains millions of whatever. So, and literally, but let me use my own experience for you. Actually, you can use one male catfish to hatch up to over 500,000 eggs. And that over 500,000 eggs, you can actually get it in one female catfish, as well as you can get it in 3 female catfish combined. So it all depends. I hope you understand, but it's always advisable you have more sperm sac to do the fertilization before any other thing. It's always advisable you have it in Banty. I hope you understand, so that you will not end up losing more eggs, because once the fertilization is not really okay, those eggs will turn to bad eggs. And just like you can see in my videos, those whitish ones, after like 6 hours you'll begin to see them. It shows you the production, those eggs, they are not good for that production. They are bad eggs. I hope you understand. So that being said, once you're able to do that and you stirred it, in that video you see the in-depth. So the next thing you have to do is go and share it on the kakaban. Spread your kakaban. There are many ways of doing your kakaban, but for my own video, you observe how I did mine. So you may check it out and also do yours like that. I have success with my own. I have something to prove for it. So you can follow my lead as well. And also, once you're able to do that, the management is also key, because if you are able to get up to 200,000 fries without managing them properly, you end up losing them all. So how do you manage it? The first thing you need to do is make sure anytime you want to dip your hand into the water containing these fries, you do not use unwashed hand. Make sure you wash your hand thoroughly with salt and water. Make sure you do that. Yes, salt and water. So once you do that, the next thing you have to do is make sure the water is gushing 247, especially for the first 5 days. Non-stop. Water does not stop, because by the time the water stops, those fries might eventually drop dead, and that's not good for the production. So basically, guys, I don't want this video to be longer than this, but I just believe you are going to derive value. So of course, you might not like my face, but make sure you like my content, because you're going to get different things. I'm going to learn from you as well, because nobody is an island of knowledge. On that note, I want to implore you to subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed, and also hit the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I upload newer videos.